Hey everybody, this is Clarke, otherwise known as Leonardo of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or as we say in the motherland, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. And I'm also the voice of He-Man and Liquid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid series, as well as work on Monster High and all kinds of stuff. And Clifford the Big Red Dog, that's right, and Kaneda in Akira. What? The list goes on. Corrin and Kratos. And Dogtanian in Dogtanian and the Three Muskehounds. And, in the words of Snoopy, you're watching In Conversation with Amber the Fangirl. Okay, everybody, stay tuned.
Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with the ATF. My guest today is not only on my TV at the moment, so if I'm moving, I'll be able to hear him now.
Glad you're here. Hey, that guy sounds familiar.
That's Simba in Dreamlight Valley, and also he's been in things like Timon and Pumbaa and Kingdom Hearts 2. Well, my guest. Okay, I'm just gonna save all the characters for after the introduction. My guest is Clarke. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Oh
Clarke is in the house.
Woo! And Cam is got like one of the biggest resumes I've seen. He was born into the King family. His mum was Alice King. His dad was Robert Clarke. He got his first big break on the King variety show in the 60s. And then he made his name as a voice actor for characters such as Snoopy for the Peanuts franchise, chosen by Charles Schulz himself. Right? I just gotta add that because I heard that. And I was like,
where did you get that bit of info?
There's a promo video that was like on a promotional VHS tape for Worlds of Wonder, and they said they were like, the voice of Snoopy was chosen by Charles Schulz himself. I'm like,
do you know that this is the first I'm hearing of that, and that just makes me so crazy happy.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the biggest regrets of my wonderful career is not taking it, because he was not hands-on the project. He was never at a session or anything. And I was so young, 22 or whatever, 25, however old I was when I got the job, that I didn't press the producers to set me up just an intro so that I could meet him, because he was my idol. The Peanuts gang was for me like what Turtles or whatever is for a lot of other folks, even though it wasn't a weekly show, but those specials and those comic books were my go-to as a kid, my just absolute favorite thing. So thank you, Amber. That's great to hear.
You're welcome. I can't believe that's the first time you've heard of that. I'm gonna have to put on the video in a minute because I know they did, because I had a look and like I only got into it like literally because my friend sent me all the Snoopy tapes like the evening I got back, and I was like, why didn't you send me these earlier? So I watched this, and they had Snoopy, they had Woodstock, who was like a puppet, so if you squeezed him he'd open his mouth and he'd squeak. They made a Charlie Brown as well, but the company went bankrupt, so they only made 3 Charlie Brown models, all prototypes. None of them have been found to this day.
Wow.
I know, yeah, crazy. So there's people out there who's been making replicas and stuff like that and just preserving the tapes. And if you go on YouTube, you can see all these tapes just like, I mean, it's just amazing because it's like Worlds of Wonder also did the Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby toys. So that's what they're mainly known for. And they did that, and you did multiple ones. And then you've also done work for other franchises. Well, probably one of your biggest ones, everyone will know, is predominantly why you were in Telford. You were Leonardo in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Hero Turtles.
Sorry.
You're going to go to turtle jail.
I have the VHS tape. I have the one that you signed. There you go.
Ta-da!
Really cool. I know, it's so cool. Honestly, just like I love it. I can't. I don't feel like watching it now. I just want to put it on a shelf and just let it just sit there. This looks
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. Should be in a museum. It's definitely just it's magical now. I don't even want to touch it anymore. It's just pristine to me. Just gonna lay it down gently there. Okay, and you probably see why I've got a little gap missing. Well, fear not. I still have the photo that we took.
Oh, nice.
I know.
That's
Yes.
great. That came out great.
I know, I love it. It's just one of the best picks I've ever had, and like it was definitely worth the money. Like the quality it comes out, and just like the happiness you can see bestowed in the image is just absolutely
It's
amazing.
wonderful. Yay.
I know. It's so and you've also voiced characters like Mario and Denver the Last Dinosaur, Ooze and Captain
Mario
Planet
and Mario and Shades.
and Shade. Sorry. I was going from like most predominant characters, so like it's either just one or maybe two, or just like more than one in the list. Who else have you voiced? Mr. Bogus in Mr. Bogus. Die Fledermaus in The Tick. I do apologize if I pronounced that name correctly. Simba for Disney, including Dreamlight Valley, Timon and Pumbaa, Kingdom Hearts. He-Man in, get this, everyone, not the 1980s He-Man in the Masters Universe, the Mike Young 2003 version. Yes, literally, Mike Young is one of the nicest people. I've had him on my show, and just he's so cool.
He was a wonderful guy to work for. So sweet, so gentle.
And then you worked with him again. You voiced Mark Howard on Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Emily Elizabeth there, Grey Delisle. So we met at Telford last December. And yes, she was so lovely. Who else was Freddy the Ferret in Back at the Barnyard, and also Barnyard, the film. Wow, because that's so cool, because sometimes you star alongside your Turtle co-stars, because of course you were Freddy, and then Rob Paulson was Peck. So you had like a lot of scenes together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And likewise on The Tick, because it was Townie.
Townie and Rob.
And so I got to be with him on that.
Yeah.
And, so we bounced around a lot with each other.
Wow, that's so cool. Who else? Now, I feel really bad for not mentioning this at the Comic-Con, because this was my childhood. Like, Sean Astin was there, so he was like the main star, and I'm surprised I completely forgot. Like, he should have met each other. You were Whirly Bird and R.R. Rapide in Special Agent Oso. Grew up watching that. Oh my gosh, I have a DVD of it somewhere, and like, wow. Okay, that was literally, I remember watching that growing up. I played the games on the website and stuff like that, and like finding out it was you who was in it, and people like Sean. I was like, oh my gosh. And like, I've literally met you two. I've met Oso and Whirly, but that is amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun being with Sean. He was awesome.
Yeah, I'm right. I was told this. I didn't know. Kelly Ward was the voice director for it, I believe, for Special Agent Oso. Was he?
Yes. Yeah. Kelly was awesome. Love Kelly.
He's great. Yeah, he's still working for Disney. Yeah, because he's right there. He did a convention in England. That's his own.
And I worked. I was really disappointed that when they rebooted Lion King, they went with Rob Lowe. On that most recent, I think it was a couple of seasons. Anyway, Kelly was so sweet to Kelly and the creator. Golly, his last name is Ford. Who? Anyway, man. Anyway, I was one of the flunky, one of the sidekick bad guys. Vulture.
Ford Riley.
Ford, right? Ford Riley. Ford Riley. Yes. Hello.
So you said you wanted the side characters. Sorry.
Yeah, a Vulture. And Ford was. I know I keep saying the same thing, but you're pulling up names of people that were just such a delight to spend time with.
Just me, I've done all the research, and honestly, it's worth it. Oh, it was super voiced. Murky Dismal and Rainbow Bright, the reboot, the one that you did about 10 years ago. And
you got me.
Yeah, I did look up.
I believe you.
Yeah, it definitely said Murky Dismal, Cam Clarke in the credits. So I was like, okay, unless it's a different Cam Clarke.
Must be so. Must be so.
Maybe. Probably. Who else have you done? Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter and Lego Batman the movie, DC Superheroes United. I believe you voice directed as well. That's really cool.
I did. So it was a little nepotism casting myself, right?
I wouldn't say it's nepotism. I say it's good casting.
Ah, there you go.
Beautiful to fat casting. Who else have we done? Heath Burns for the Monster High franchise. Detective Bo Neville for Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. One of my favorite films of all time. Oh
I know
gosh.
that it's amazing how much attention that, I mean, because they've done a million movies of Scooby-Doo and
Yeah.
series and but I get a lot of call for that. I mean, it's amazing how many people loved that particular film.
Yeah, it's honestly like I think it's also because the type of cast that it had. Of course, you had like Frank Welker, Mary Kay Bergman, Jim Cummings, uh, Mark Hamill was in that. So yeah, I have seen a few pictures behind the scenes, and there's you like sitting in the booth with Jim Cummings and stuff like that. Oh, and Tara
Oh,
Strong
wow.
was in it as well. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she was meant to be at Telford last weekend as well.
Oh, was she?
She
Oh,
had to
shoot.
cancel. I don't know why. They just said last minute engagement, so she was like gutted.
Huh.
Honestly, that's why I came as Harley Quinn with the big puppy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was the main reason. I was like, I might as well not waste it. Might as well go as Harley. It's one of my favorite cosplays I've done. So that was quite fun. And let's have a look at my notes. My notes have gone. Here we are. You've also done Liquid Snake and Metal Gear Solid. Honestly, just like I love your accent for it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, going to your part of the world with my horrible British accent. But but thank you very much.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Oh, and people might know you as Jimmy Flinders. You've done anime like Naruto, Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs, Robotech, Bleach, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Dogtanian, and also many, many more. So yeah, you've got quite a resume under your belt, and I am impressed. I'm very
Thank
impressed.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, right. This is like a burning question in my head. I've got to ask this because ever since I noticed this in every video that you film from your house, I've got to ask. You have a Sherman cutout. Are you a fan of Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Um, I collect mid-century toys, as anybody
Uh-huh.
who's watched a lot of my
Uh-huh.
videos,
Uh-huh.
it comes up from time to time.
Yeah.
So I've gone to these toy shows,
Yeah.
and I'm going down the aisle, and I turn around the corner, and I go, "What is this?" Um, that uh, that Sherman hung in the original Jay Ward studio. Jay Ward is the creator of Bullwinkle and all of that whole franchise,
Yeah.
and that actually hung in the studio.
Oh, that is so cool.
And so I had to have that. But I hated this. The guy who had it said, "Well, if you'd been here like just 5 minutes earlier, I just sold." He had another one. Because I enjoyed Mr. Peabody, but he wasn't my favorite of the franchise. He had the fairy from Fractured Fairy Tales.
Wow.
I would have killed because that was the sequence in the show that I loved. And that
Really?
little fairy floating around, and the giant comes and squashes her with a book.
Yeah.
So I was so sad to not get her, but I'm grateful I was able to get Sherman.
Oh my gosh, that
Such
is
a piece of history.
dude, oh my gosh. Like, as soon as I saw that Sherman, I was like, he's a Rocky and Bullwinkle fan. Right, okay, I've got to calm down. Okay, right. Do you want to know why I am so crazy about this, right? Okay. I've got to tell you about this because I tell everybody I meet who was loved Rocky and Bullwinkle. Um, you know who Bill Scott is, right?
Bill Scott?
Yeah, voice of Mr. Peabody, Bullwinkle, Dudley Do,
Oh,
right?
back then, you mean back in the day?
Yeah, basically Jay Ward's partner, pretty much.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
writing.
Never
I did
met,
a
never met.
Oh, did you not? Oh, rats. Man, that would have been really cool though.
Yeah.
I did a 2 hour long documentary on Bill Scott's life. I
You
produced
did?
it. Yeah, I produced it. I wrote it. I put it all together. I interviewed a lot of people for it. I got Frank Welker. I got Corey Burton. I got Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my gosh. So I got it on YouTube, and like it's just been so successful. And I'll definitely send you the link because literally,
Yeah. Love to see that.
thank you. I feel just like
Congrats.
it's my little thank you. It's my little child because I produced it during the COVID lockdown, so
Yeah.
it mainly just took time off my hands by doing that. Okay, here's another burning question. Right, I've got to talk about this because this is actually my current. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. I completely forgot to show you. Right, I have him right here. I've got to talk about him, Snoopy.
There he is. I know that guy.
I'm a little Snoopy. Funny story about this. I've had Snoopy for about 10 years now. I won him at a holiday park on a claw machine. And then I recently found out it's a Knott's Berry Farm exclusive because when you press his belly, it played Linus and Lucy, and I was like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
like that one. Unfortunately, because of his age, the batteries have died out. It was like really distorted in like the final few years, and then it's completely silent
Now he's just cuddly.
Yeah, he's gone to Bill Melendez Snoopy, just silent.
Oh.
So I have him on my bed, and I have a Woodstock as well. I had a Woodstock keyring, but I can't find it at the moment. But I was so close, right, to selling these, right? I'm very ashamed to say selling these because like they were in my cupboard. I didn't think I needed them anymore, but I was like, go on then, I'll keep them because they sing. And when I searched them up, they were exclusives. I was like, okay, I'll hang on to them for a little while. I'm glad I did now. I'm very glad I did.
Good. Why are they worth $1 million each now?
Not just that, but it's you for crying out loud. I got a plush of one of your characters. And like oh my God. When people ask me why I'm called Amber the Fangirl, this is the reason why.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Yo, he's gonna get something. Oh my gosh. He's going through a door. He's abandoning it. There we go. It's the Amber Jones show. Welcome back. Today we're talking with Snoopy. He's just gonna oh my god. Yo. Yo! Oh my god! He's got a Worlds of Wonder Snoopy! Does he still work?
Okay, he doesn't talk anymore either, but this is the one that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's his, you put the cassette in his back, right?
Yeah.
And then when you would turn him on, his little mouth, would move and he'd tell you stories.
And his eyes would blink and his ears would go up and down. Oh my god!
That's right. Yeah, his ears would move.
Yeah,
too.
They would go up and down. They've got like a motor. Like I've seen like the inside. Oh, that is adorable. That is. So, did you get that when the product was first released?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So, have you got any of the cassettes still, or have you just got Snoopy?
Yeah, I do. I just one of these days I need to, look up a doll repair person and see if they can, fix the element.
Yeah, definitely. I can't get him to sit there. There we go. Perfect. There we go. He's fine there. He's gonna fall off, but
Yeah.
Stay there. Maybe not.
Oh well.
sit, boy. There you go. So honestly, just like I love your Snoopy voice. I know a lot of people associate Snoopy with being mute, but honestly, like I have to say this, your voice is so calming. I love how soft-spoken and gentle the voice you use for Snoopy, not just in Snoopy the Musical, which I gather is one of your favorite roles that you've ever taken on.
Definitely. If not like, the favorite.
Oh, bless her. Like, even better than Leonardo. Like, Snoopy is like all the way up here. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Hells yeah.
That is amazing.
Because it has my childhood connection, and nobody can compete with that. I mean, my favorite voice that I've ever done is Freddy from Barnyard. But as far as romantic, just joy of a job, it was this. Because it was my childhood.
Yeah.
It's like someone of your generation growing up and being cast as April O'Neil, in the Turtle franchise or something like that.
Yeah. In fact, I've got to ask you: have you been to Knott's Berry Farm by any chance, the theme park?
Yes, over the course of my lengthy life. Yeah, sure, because it's, it's like Disneyland. It's, here in
Yeah.
the Los Angeles area. So, yeah.
Have you met Snoopy there?
I did not.
Oh,
I mean, they walk around, but,
yeah.
I
Yeah, you just
I gave
meet
him
him.
his space. Let's say that.
Yeah, of course, there's the Snoopy on the TV, and then you've got the Snoopy in person who is at Knott's Berry Farm,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just so excited to go next year because I'm going next year and I'm just
Are you?
oh,
Great.
yeah, I'm going next spring. I'm like, oh, I'm so
Oh, that's
excited.
great. Good for you.
Thank you. So honestly, I could gush about Peanuts all day to you, honestly, but there's other roles I want to talk about with you, of course. Right. Okay, I've got to ask now. This is one that I actually found out this morning, and only just this morning.
Oh.
You did the voice and also the voice direction for the US dub of Brambley Hedge.
Ha ha ha. Okay. How did you dig that up?
Well, let's just say I kind of scroll through your YouTube channel a little bit, and also I
Oh,
actually grew up with
that's
Bramley
right.
Hedge.
You did your homework. You know what was so funny, and I don't care if she hears this, I put that online, right? And
Yeah.
the gal, whoever it is, that is the daughter of the British version,
Yeah.
she writes me this scathing not email, what do you call it?
Comments.
Message.
Message.
Connect. Oh yeah, when people comment on my posts about,
Yeah.
you did not direct this, my father directed this, and
Oh.
like calling me a liar.
Oh.
And
Horrible.
I was like, of all the things to lie about, do you think Brambley Hedge is gonna like change my career course? I mean, seriously. And it's like, I nicely just wrote back, if you'll look at it and listen to it, it's American. And
Yeah.
they are the same voices. So,
Exactly.
but I love Brambley Hedge, and I imagine there were other. We only did autumn and winter. I don't know how many there were in the original production.
8.
8. Wow.
Yeah.
Great. Would have
Yeah.
been great if we'd done more, because the look of it, the little critters and the background paintings, it reminds me of 100 Acre Woods. It reminded me of, the background paintings reminded me a lot of Pooh,
Yeah. Well,
Pooh. But I love doing that. So
here's my
anyway,
British
that's the
second.
weird story about that. And I got to cast all my friends, I mean, they had to
You got
audition.
Doug Stone for it?
I
Doug
did get Doug
freaking
Stone.
Stone. He is so
Yeah.
amazing. I know. I
Yeah.
had him on here. He's just amazing. He does so much. Like he has like a cat charity as well. So he had like all these little cats and in his house during the interview. I was like, oh hi, hello. So that was quite fun. It is where my geeks side comes in into British kids TV shows. Now, Brambley Hedge. We had 8 episodes. So obviously we had winter, spring, summer, and autumn, and then we had The Secret Staircase, High Hills, Sea Story, and Poppy's Babies. These all aired on BBC One, Children's BBC, which is also what Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles aired on. So this series was produced by Hit Entertainment, also known as Henson International Entertainment, which I did not find out until recently that it was Jim Henson who started it. So it's Hit Entertainment. The first 4 episodes were animated by a little company called Cosgrove Hall, and the other 8 episodes were animated by Hot Animation, who was set up by people from Cosgrove Hall to work on what was at the time going Bob the Builder. So yeah, Cosgrove Hall, they are like huge in the UK. They were like the UK Hanna-Barbera. They did like a lot of their stuff went to America. I think they did Danger Mouse, they did Count Duckula. Those were all on like Nickelodeon and stuff, and they were best known for just their stop motion stuff. I think they did Wind in the Willows and other like series they've done. They've done Foxbusters, Phantom Cat, Lavender Castle, just like a lot of really good shows. And the cast, the UK cast, I mean, you had Neil Morrissey, you had Jim Broadbent, June Whitfield, Anton Rogers, all these famous British actors. And
Wow,
just
they didn't do that in the American version. They just had us wee little journeyman actors do it. But I was proud of the cast.
They did it a lot in the day for kids' TV shows. They would tend to get like a lot of on-camera actors. I know there was this kids show in the 90s. I can't remember what it's called. Let's just say for any kids show. I mean, Neil Morrissey, who I just mentioned, Bob the Builder, the UK version of Bob the Builder. So, you know, these are people have done like kid shows and stuff like that. And so like if you see like any British comedian, chances are they have done work for a kids TV show. So it's like a whole rabbit hole. I might have to do a whole video about it in the future or something like that. Because I'm literally just like looking up right now. This is like my geekness coming in, because like British kids shows are like my absolute favorite. And I'm looking now, right? And yes, of course, like they did Wind in the Willows, so they got people like Peter Sallis, Michael Hordern, and then they did Phantom Cat. I can't remember who did Phantom Cat. It was I feel really bad for not remembering his name. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Robert Powell, who's a famous English actor. So yeah. Yeah, I might as well write a book or something, because I could talk about that all day. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a crash course in British animation there, Cam.
Great.
Yeah, and honestly, it's really fun. Speaking of British animation, of course, I got to bring up again Mike Young, absolutely amazing producer. So what was it like working for him? Because of course he's from the UK, he was from Wales, and he did Super.
Is he from Wales?
Yeah,
I don't remember
Wales. Yeah, he's from Wales, and he worked on Super Ted before moving to California to start up Mike Young Productions, which is now called Splash Entertainment.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, he was delightful and encouraging, and just couldn't have been a nicer guy. I have no complaints, no critiques. He knew what he was doing, and knew how to put a show together.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
And I'm grateful to have been someone he liked to include in his shows.
He did comment on our picture, the picture I took with you, and he was like, "Oh, Cam is such an amazing guy." Yeah, he was just so lovely about it.
I haven't spoken with him in a million years. If you're watching, hi, I miss you guys. Mike. Hope you were well.
Yeah, because I did put up a picture of us two, and he commented saying, "Oh, where is he?" Unless he said it in our messages, I think. Yeah, I think he said it in our DMs, because I talk to him quite frequently, because he's doing a lot of projects at the moment. And well, speaking of working with people, I've got to ask, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, he said he sent me the link to your He-Man version, and yeah, he just said you're really lovely to work with.
The feeling is mutual.
I'll tell him you said hi. I'll tell him to reach out to you.
Yeah.
I definitely will do. What else have you done? Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of work,
tell him to call me in on a new project.
Oh, he will definitely, honestly, because he's doing that with another guy who I'm going to bring up now, Frank Welker. Have you ever worked with Frank?
Yes. Who hasn't?
Hey!
You can't be in the business without having worked with Frank.
Absolutely top guy. Love him to bits, and just. Honestly, I miss him. I haven't heard from him in months. He's just had a knee replacement, as Rob told me at the weekend. So he's not really been doing like conventions and stuff. So yeah, I miss him. But yeah, he's really lovely. Another person that you've well, it says on Wikipedia that he sort of like got you jump started with voiceover. Michael Bell.
Say that again. That what?
Michael Bell. You know who Michael Bell is?
Of course.
Apparently it says on Wikipedia that he got you started with the voiceover career or something like that, with like
Snorks. No.
Oh
no, he was my first animation coach.
That probably was what they meant. Yeah, it says.
Yeah.
Taught by Michael Bell. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, and he was an amazing instructor. No nonsense. Sometimes a lot of teachers I find will they just want to make you feel good, which
Yeah.
really doesn't help anybody. You know, this business is hard, it's tough, and he was just he'd stand up there with you and you do a little thing and he'd go, nope. And you do it again, nope. And you do it again and you go, okay, that's it. You know, just really straightforward. And I loved him for it. He was just
That's amazing.
one of the greats.
I
The person who got me started was a very successful voiceover artist in the 70s and 80s, Linda Gary.
know.
If you want to look up
Linda.
that name.
Oh, bless her. I know who she is, but I know like her resume and stuff, and I know she left us far too soon.
Far
Bless her
too
heart.
soon, far too soon.
Yeah.
And you can thank her as I thank her for she and her husband, Chuck Howerton, who
Yeah.
saw something in me more than I saw.
Mhm.
And because we met doing voiceovers, but in a different arena. And
Yeah.
they said, have you ever thought about doing this for a living? And I'm like, that's a thing, you know. And they introduced me to my first coach, a woman named Lee Gilbert,
Mhm.
and set me up with my first agent, Vanessa, and just never looked back. And that's thanks to them. You know, had I not met them, I don't know. Well, who knows? You know, it's all about meeting people and serendipity and timing.
Yeah.
Like talent is at the end of that list. You know, all
Yeah.
those other things. Talent doesn't count if you don't get opportunities or keep your ears open, your little kitty cat ears open to what's going on around you and grab it and grab the opportunity. Otherwise, your talent can't be known.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say because I've worked with a lot of voice actors who have like given me like tips and stuff. As I said, Michael was one of the first people I interviewed, and he was just so sweet. And like all these people who I've spoken to, just the stories they tell about each other, the anecdotes they give each other, positive ones. Just it's just amazing. You see one voice actor complimenting another voice actor, and the same one compliments them back in different interviews, and it's just amazing. It's just like you're all one big family. And
Yeah.
like you're doing a job you essentially love. And as Peter Collins says, if you love your job, you don't get to work a day in your life. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
and when we started, I mean, he had been in it a lot longer than I, but it was a very small group of people, as you've probably heard others say, that we came up. There wasn't the interwebs where people all over the planet can audition for everything and nobody's together. We were always together. And so that was such a treat. Like you said, it wasn't working. It was like going to a party
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. And of course, like, because I'm also doing it now, of course, you've seen like the clips of the, like the photo booth and the helicopter. And literally just seeing that in person was just absolutely amazing. Like my reaction to seeing the photo booth, like I got it on video and it's just me just like covering my mouth and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And just that's the autism in me kicking in because I'm autistic. So like, just like I go absolutely nuts and like my attention span is very poor unless I'm doing something I actually love, whether it's artwork or whether it's listening to like an audio tape, like any of the Snoopy ones that you voice. Like I would just sit there and just listen. Like and also your show, your one man show, which I've got to bring up. Stop me if I told you this. Like just watching it and just thinking, oh my gosh, this man's he's seen it all.
Oh,
It's
thank you, Amber.
it's amazing. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
seen more than I wish.
So did you only do that show in LA or did you do it in like multiple?
Yeah. I to be honest with you, I had hoped the show would have legs, but we submitted it to a number of theaters around the country, and I didn't even get so much as a rejection notice.
What?
So I just, I had a producer, and he said, and I have to believe him because that's not my world, that he submitted it here, there, and here, and no takers, no takers. So that was really
Unbelievable.
disappointing. And although I am very proud of the show, um, you create these darling children, and when they don't learn to walk, it's a sad, it's incredibly disappointing.
Yeah. Mm.
But I'm very proud of the project itself, and I love that it lives out there so people can see it all over the world if they want to, even though I'm not performing it live. But
Yeah, yeah.
it did well here. So
Oh yeah, definitely. Their loss, I would say, personally.
yeah.
They missed out on Snoopy, Leonardo, well, go away, we don't. No. You don't need them. You don't need them, Cam. YouTube's your friend. And it's got more views on there, right?
Yeah.
Because I've just watched it. So it's just me sitting down and just like watching that.
Charlie Brown's voice is the actual voice used in the television specials. And the voice of Snoopy was chosen by Charles Schulz himself.
You want to hear the one about my doghouse, my dog dish, and me?
After my computer decided to have a breakdown and absolutely, literally sob, I've got it back on track. We're okay now. Panic over. I really need a new monitor. Okay, so Cam, you're back. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry.
No worries. No problem.
I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's just. Go on then. I'll stick it in the video. I'll stick that exact clip in the video to say we went through all the trouble just to watch that. And this is so cool, honestly. I'm thinking, and you just wow, that's you. That is you. That's 35 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that scary?
That is terrifying because I wasn't even born then.
I know.
I was born in 2004. I don't know what came out of yours in 2004, but yeah, just anything. Clifford, I think. No, that came out earlier, I think. Yeah, that was released earlier. Trying to think. I can't think of anything, but oh well. So Wales, we were just talking about it whilst my computer was having an absolute meltdown. Wales Comic Con, you came over. It was your fourth time in England. You've done a private signing there before, and just wow, honestly, I really would love to see you at another convention in England.
Well, I'd love to be invited.
I know, honestly, because you should do the Liverpool one. The Liverpool one is so cool because all the celebrities, they do all the exploring the day before. So they go to the Beatles story, they go on the Magical Mystery tour to Penny Lane and stuff like that. So it's so cool, honestly. And because Eurovision was just there, it's even more popular.
I know, it was on everybody's lips.
Yeah, well, at the convention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember I got home and it's beautiful sunset outside right now for me. And I just got home, I tucked into my Chinese takeaway and I just watched the Eurovision final. And just I only watch the final. I don't watch any the others, the semi-finals before. I just watch the big final. So I'm just sitting there and you're thinking, I'm gonna be back in Telford tomorrow with all the turtles. I'm just there eating my ramen and just watching people sing on the TV. And it felt good. It really did feel good. And yeah, because it was that nice as well, because I had friends who went to it and also friends from college who were doing lighting. They were the lighting technicians at the M&S Bank Arena, and that is where Comic-Con is, at the exhibition center next door to the arena.
Oh, cool.
That's really good. I know, yeah. So it'd be really cool to have you over again. I'm so glad. So out of all the things you experienced when you were in England, what was your favorite? Did you like maybe the food? Did you like the people? Maybe you like the sights that you got to see?
The people were just insanely friendly and helpful and sweet and gentle. That was our main takeaway. All of our takeaway was we need to try and be more like those people when we come home, because you get caught up into your own world, and you get kind of caught up in the day-to-day stuff and the angry stuff and the stuff that doesn't work. And, you have to just remember to be kind and
Yeah.
helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because it's so great to see voice actors just come over and just do a convention in England and everything like
Of
that.
course, our favorite thing here with my friends from over there during COVID was this video that went viral of this little girl who wanted to go to the pub. Do you know that one?
I think so, yeah.
But I'm 6 and my own mother won't let me go to the pub.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
6. Yeah,
Oh,
we quote that all the time.
oh, bless. Yeah, you should do a convention in Ireland, definitely. You should do Dublin Comic Con. That's really good. I know Rob did it last year, so it is really good.
We love it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And I've got a really good friend of mine who lives in Ireland, so she goes every year, so I would just tag along with her if you went. So right, I've got to point this out because I'm not sure if a lot of people know this or not, even though I think it is public knowledge. Your cousin is Casey Jones himself, Pat Fraley.
Yeah, we're like second cousins or
Yeah.
third cousins once removed, something like that. We're related through, I think, great grandparents, something like that.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, when did you find out you were related to him?
He told me.
Hmm.
Yeah, early on in the sessions, he told me, our great whatever it is, however many greats grandfather is the same.
Wow. That is
So yeah,
amazing.
how about that?
That is so cool. And of course, you did like Ninja Turtles together, and like it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
There you go.
Amazing. And of course, you both worked on Rainbow Bright. He was Lurky in the original, and you were Murky in the reboot. You could have been paired together. You could have done like.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
I know, that would have been so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to send you some Rainbow Bright clips now. See if you remember it at all. But yeah. I think Emily Osment was Rainbow Bright. Can't remember who else was in it. I feel really bad for not remembering. But yeah, I'll have to send you clips. So of course, a lot of people know you for the King family. Of course. You started out in the 60s acting on the television and also singing songs as well. So what was it like to it's very hard for me to explain how did you manage to like go from like singing and like the King family to becoming your own personality voice actor Cam Clarke? How did you kind of like break the thing of child actor child singer, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I grew up.
We'll have to.
So, really too much to it. As I said earlier, I'm just grateful to Linda Gary for seeing extra talent in me. I've never stopped performing, so there was no like change or gritty takeover or have to muscle through or growing pains or anything. It's just as I grew up, the roles changed, and then I did some theater and stuff, and then the voice thing started. So it was pretty smooth sailing. And of course, my musical background helped me with booking the job for Snoopy or for singing for Simba or California Raisins or there was a line of fairy tales that I did. I can't remember the production company, but a lot of people know of them, where it wasn't the Disney version, but there were musicals, and I did Aladdin and Peter Rabbit.
Oh, wow.
A whole slew of them. And so I got to sing in those two because singing is my first love.
You can sing. You've got a really good pair of vocals, Cam. Like I've heard you sing a Snoopy. I've heard. Oh my god! Like I can definitely see you've inherited it from your mom. I can definitely
Yeah.
see.
And
And you're
speaking of
asking from your dad. Yeah.
speaking of Snoopy, on my Christmas album, I recorded the Christmas song from Snoopy.
Really? Oh my, yeah, because you did 2 albums, didn't you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such beautiful vocals, so heavenly, just so amazing. I love them. I love it. Honestly. Like,
Thank you.
again, living up to my name, I'm the fangirl. Absolutely love it. I gotta quickly ask, right? I know you said like you were getting into the voiceover industry. I'm not sure if I asked you this in person, so forgive me if I didn't. Well, actually, there's 2 things I forgot to ask him in person, real quick. The first one was me and my friend were wondering, like, if the turtles like pizza, do you like pizza yourself in real life? Because it'd be funny if you just like didn't like pizza at all.
I do like pizza.
Hey, yes. What's your
I
preferred
do.
topping?
I don't eat it a lot. I eat it like once a month.
Oh,
I'm pretty simple. I love just pepperoni pizza or
ah,
what we over here call Hawaiian pizza, which is ham and pineapple,
pineapple. Yeah, so you
and
think
margarita, which is
Love
just tomato and cheese and oregano, I think.
yeah, or basil maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
my,
fine. Yeah,
my
basil,
favorite.
yeah.
My favorite.
Or as we say over here, basil.
Basil. Yeah, like I love how you pronounce things differently to us. Like I can't. I'm trying to think. I know we you say aluminum, we say aluminium.
You say aluminium.
Aluminium, and then you say aluminum.
Yeah.
That's so freaking cool. And the other thing is about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, like all 4 of you guys literally got to work with Uncle Phil himself, James Avery, and this was before he did Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as well.
Yeah.
So
He got that job during our time together.
So he had to leave, I think, and he was replaced with Jim Cummings, I think, or was he replaced with someone else? I can't remember.
What about Jim? What?
Who replaced James as the voice of the Shredder? Was it Jim Cummings?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think it might have been. I don't know.
It sounds like a good match.
Yeah, indeed it does. So Cam, my final question to you. Now, this is gonna be a bit of a heart. It's gonna be a bit of a heart tugger. I think that's what heartstring tugger. Yeah, I think. Have you got what words of wisdom or words of advice would you give to someone who's going into singing or sort of any band or even voiceover? What is the best advice would you give to someone who's watching this, who's thinking of going into the entertainment industry?
If there's anything else you like doing better, do that.
Mm.
No, it's really hard. I am incredibly lucky, fortunate that I was started, at 5 years old by my family and just never skipped a beat. But as I said earlier, a lot of that does come from the ability to hear things around you and to hear opportunities that maybe you might miss because you're not listening hard enough to hear the people around you and really listen. And then there's just timing, which you can't teach. And it's just like the movie Sliding Doors, or had I not been available the day of the Turtles audition, I wouldn't be talking to you. And someone else would have got it and they would have been terrific, because there's a lot of great people,
Yeah.
But the advice is just listen around you and listen for other opportunities besides just the one. Don't get too myopic when you're pursuing your goal, and look a little wider. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's kind of a boring answer.
That's
I don't
okay.
know
It's a
how else to
beautiful
go with
answer.
that, but just keep your kitty cat ears open and your antenna. Keep your antenna high and just grab those ideas as they're floating above your head. And listen to Snoopy as he sits on
Snoopy
top
on
of
your
your
head.
head.
There you go, perfect.
There you
He
go.
stays there as well. Have a look at that. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. But no, seriously, that is really beautiful words, Cam. Like, thank you for sharing those. I really needed
You
to hear that, and
bet.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people really needed to hear that
Oh.
today. Wow. Cam Clarke, like you're a warrior, you're an icon. I mean, I heard about your journey with HIV and you're a survivor, and like you're literally an LGBTQ icon. Like, my guy, you're a legend. Honestly, like I have so much respect for you. And this is coming from
so much,
a little
Amber.
girl. You're welcome. This is coming from a 19-year-old girl in England. I know it probably, it probably doesn't mean anything to anybody, but to you, it means a huge lot.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome, Cam. Where can we find you on the internet, may I ask?
You tell them.
Okay. Cam Clarke Voices on Instagram and Twitter, I believe.
Yeah,
And you're on
that's it.
Facebook, and you're on Facebook as Cam Clarke as well, and YouTube as Cam Clarke.
And let me just leave folks with that my fingers crossed, my book comes out later this year.
Oh, yes, the one you've been working on, yes.
Yeah, working on for like 2 years.
Wow.
It's a coffee table book. It's gonna be like this big. It's
wow.
101 years of photography and stories of one family of entertainment, and it ends, of course, with a big chunk about my career. But it starts in the 1920s and just goes through the entire century. And if you're a lover of entertainment, because it's stage, it's voiceover, movies, theater, commercials, it's every genre in the business. So if you like that kind of thing, if you're a lover of Hollywood entertainment, I hope you'll check it out when it comes out.
I'll put a link to it in the description when it comes out, if it's on Amazon or anything like that, or any like book websites or anything like that. I'll definitely put it on in the description when it comes out. So to you at home, thank you so much for watching this episode of In Conversation with ATF, featuring the absolutely amazing Cam Clarke. It's been such an honor to have him on my show. And honestly, this is like one of the best episodes I have done. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. Like, the amount of, I've just been so hyped for this, and I've been counting it down, and it's literally written on my calendar, Cam Clarke in huge writing, and I'm like, I'm just staring at it now. Absolutely, it's like a dream come true. It really is a dream come true. And, this is the first time I've actually ever done this with a guest. Live reaction to the thumbnail that I've made. I'm not sure if you want me to change anything, but there you go. That's the supposed thumbnail.
Oh, fun!
Or do you want me to? I can update the headshot if you want. I don't mind.
No, that's great. I love it.
Sweet. So that was a little like on the little thumbnail thing. So yeah, Thank you. I've never shown a guest live the thumbnail, so that was the first time I've ever done that.
Oh, it's terrific.
Thank you, Cam.
Well, you've done a wonderful job with your show and sharing us with all of your followers. So thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome.
And I will get to that other little thing. I need to get out of here real quick. But when I come back, I will do that intro that you wanted.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. To you at home, thank you so much for watching. I know I've already said that, but it doesn't hurt to say it twice. Just be kind to others and yourself. Stay happy. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Does Leonardo have a catchphrase? I can't remember. We gotta think of something fast. Yes.
If he was a hero turtle, we've got to think of something fast. Turtles fight with honor. Woo! Turtles fight with honor.
Thank you guys for watching. Take care.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Bye, guys. And I'm gonna have to do this with one hand. There we go. And cut. There we go.